guys. So, I've been having a lot of trouble with the Ignis lately. It just will not start. It doesn't even crank anymore. And I had a piece of my car fall off when I replaced the wing, and I didn't know what it was. But of course, because the car was in an exchange of ownership and the insurance was no longer valid from the previous owner, we couldn't drive it. Simple logic, right? So it hasn't been driven in, I want to say, about a month, maybe a bit more. And the damage to the wing I fixed a couple of weeks ago, I think. Might have been a bit longer than that. So it hasn't been driven in at least a month. And I didn't turn the car over regularly like I should have done because I'm a bit of an idiot. But I found this. It fell on the floor. Now, I had no idea what it was. I had absolutely no clue. I just thought, oh, well, random pieces falling off. I initially thought it was for the fog lights or something like that because I don't have any, so I thought, oh, it's probably connected with the fog lights. And I just left it in the car. I believe it was under my driver's seat this whole time. And I was looking at Suzuki Ignis car parts on eBay, as you can see here. Stuff for the Ignis, right? Just to see what replacement parts are out there like. I may need new coils at some point, springs rather, not coils, sorry. I need to replace my oil filter at some point because that's rusted and it looks fucking disgusting, so I'm going to have to buy a new one. It's in dire need of a full service. It's starting to rust in a lot of places because it's never been serviced. As far as I believe it hasn't been serviced since about 60,000 miles, and it's now on 87. So it hasn't been serviced in like 20k. And I'm sorry, really sorry for the. Is there a way I can? Oh, that's a bit better, I guess. Now, oh, actually, no, I don't know what I can do. Hang on. So. What's actually happened, I'll do it this way. I've now got, yeah, it's on like it's actually on it's a tripod, that was initially for a torch of some description, and I just bought the phone adapter for it. It's not on properly, hang on. Yeah, there we go. So that's gonna work. Sorry, it's really not as stable as I would like. So, yeah, I just didn't do anything with the car. I haven't turned it over. I haven't done anything like that. There we go. I've actually got some light now. And, yeah, that's, that little piece there. Oh. Hang on, it's behind me. This thing is the piece in question. That's my crankshaft sensor. That's kind of important, and the fact that it wasn't attached and it's been sat under my driver's seat might explain why the car won't start. So my job tomorrow, because it's 10 past 8 and because it's winter, it is basically pitch black. I did have a really good torch that I was using for the car, a big old mag light thing, and the batteries died. So I bought another torch, a little thing from Through Night, and the click doesn't work anymore, and I contacted them and said, look, it's broken, can I get a replacement, still under warranty? And they said no, because it's an old version, and they just said no, we can't replace it because we don't make that thing anymore. So I'm stuck with a torch that doesn't work. I do have another one, but it's not anywhere near as good, so I need to buy. I'm going to invest. I'm going to try and prop this up now, hang on. So it's sort of propped, sort of. It's really janky. There we go, that'll do. So yeah, it's also not straight. There we go, that'll do. So I don't really have a decent torch at the moment. I've got a little thing attached to my trousers, which are on the floor. I don't really want to pick them up. So yeah, I don't want to work on the car like 8 PM in the dark. It's just trying to do something like, sorry if you can see the light there, that's from the computer. So I don't really want to work on the car this late, just because I don't want to install something as fiddly as this little thing. in the dark. I mean, that's stupid, right? Who's going to do that? When all you've got is a tiny little light, maybe about this big, that's on my keys. I'm not going to try and install anything with that. So tomorrow morning, I don't know if I'll be able to film it. I'm not really sure. I do have a driving lesson tomorrow though, so I'm not sure if I can do it. But I'm going to try and get it installed. If I do, I'll try and film it. I'll really try and film it. I don't know if I can. And it should be great fun. So once this works, this is in and working, that should hopefully fix my problems. If it doesn't, then my battery's fucked. And if my battery's fucked, that's a lot of money that's going to go into fixing that, because a new battery is like 40 quid, nearly 50, just under $50, I think, a little less than that. So that's going to really fucking suck. But hopefully it's not the battery. I'm really hoping that if I install this little fucking thing, that I get it fixed, because I didn't know what it was, and then it came up as a official crankshaft sensor thing on eBay, and I was like, oh, that looks familiar to the part I've got under my driver's seat. So I went out to get it, brought it back in, and was having a good look at it, and was like, okay, this is this. And then I looked at the part on eBay and was comparing the pictures. I was like, no, this is exactly what that is. That is a crankshaft sensor. So that needs to be installed, and there's only two places. One is sort of just behind, like, you've got the headlights, and like headlights either side, and you've got like the bar in the middle. It's basically sort of like tucked in there somewhere, apparently. Or the other one is towards the back of the engine block, sort of down and underneath the engine block somewhere. So I'm going to have a look around, see if I can find to plug it in, because that's just going to be so much better. Because I mean, I had a driving lesson Saturday just gone, right? It's now Monday. I had a lesson Saturday morning, and it was really boring, because I'd sit in my car and wait, and I'll put some music on and just sort of practice, the gear shifting and things. And I had to sit there in silence for like half an hour, because my instructor's car was getting serviced, so he was running a bit late. And I had to sit there, and like, you ever just sat in your car that you can't even start? Like, sitting in a car and like putting the music on, that's fine. But to sit in it, and it was basically just a chair. Like, I could sit in it, I could move the chairs, I could play with the gear stick, and that was it. I couldn't turn it over, I couldn't practice, I couldn't do anything in it. I couldn't even clean the fucking thing, because it was all inside. Speaking of which, I washed my mum's car. I really did a pretty decent job. Fucking 3 birds. 3 have shit all down one side of it. 3 massive dollops of poo on her car now. So it's like, great. I spent like an hour cleaning that car, and it's now got bird shit down one side. So I'm going to have to clean it again, which is just fucking wonderful, isn't it? So yes, that's what's been going on. So, if the car isn't turning over, I can't do anything about it. Lessons are going really good, though. I did have a couple of fuck-ups. It's just little stupid shit that I'm doing. Like, I'll stall on silly things, misjudging things, like rookie shit, basically. But I have had a couple of instances, not Saturday just gone, the week before, was a test route. Now, basically, one of my instructor's learners had passed his test that morning, and we were doing the route he took, sort of through, like, round the roads. Sort of, it was quite a close by route, so it was one I was relatively familiar with. And we got to this, where is it, like West End Village, I think, because it's local-ish. And there's a Kia garage, and we were going up towards the Aegis Bowl, or formerly known as the Rose Bowl, going up towards that. And this woman, because she's a fucking idiot, pulls over, no indication, no indicators, no signal, no nothing. Pulls over into this parking space, and I thought, right, I'll take it slow. And the guy on the opposite side of the road had flashed me to say it was okay, so I thought, right, this other driver has said I can go. Now, I know they can change their mind at a moment's notice, that's fine, they have their right to do that. They have the right to change their mind. And my instructor said that was really bad of her, but proceed slowly. So I did. She opens the fucking door. Opens her driver's side door. Who does that? And of course, you know, I wound down the passenger window and I said to her, look, you just cost me what would have been my driving test. Your lack of observation, your lack of signalling. How did you... Because I said to her, look, why did you open your door? And she said it was clear. I said, no, it wasn't. If it was clear, you're blind. And you should not be driving. Period. What you didn't do was check your rearview mirror. You didn't look over either shoulder. And you didn't look in your driver's side mirror. Because I said if you'd have done any of those things, you would have seen a bright red fucking car with a white banner on the top with an L on it. I was like, so at what point, madam, did you look... You know, did you say it was clear? You didn't. And I said, you know, my instructor said, he's right. You had this, had he been driving, you know, had this been a driving test, he would have failed because of you. And you would have, like, driving tests are like 60, 70 pound a time. That's a lot of money to just suddenly go boom and have someone else cost you that much money. Like, that's not cool. It's like you like popping a tire, but like someone else has caused you to pop the tire, if you know what I mean. Like, it was really shitty. So we're driving off, and as the window was winding up, I heard this guy, the gentleman that had flashed me. Wow, that man was pissed. He was very angry. I could hear him swearing. The word cunt was mentioned a few times. You fucking useless twat. Are you fucking blind? Get off the road, go die in a hole. And that was just all I heard, because we'd gone up the road. And I'm just like, wow, that man was teeing off. Really teeing off on this woman, but it deserved, you know. So that's basically what's been going on. With the car and everything. Like, lessons are going well. At this rate, I think I could be driving by Christmas. Fingers crossed, I could be driving by Christmas. I've got the money to insure the car, I've got the money to tax it, and plenty left over. I've got more than enough to cover my lessons and both tests. The thing I will struggle with is theory. I'm not a theory person. I've always been a practical learner. Like, if you tell me to change... For example, if you were to tell me to change the oil filter on a car, I am the kind of I'm a visual learner. So I will, if you show me a bunch of pictures how to do it, I'll have a rough idea. If you stand there and tell me how to do it, or you write it down in text, I'll have no fucking clue. But if you demonstrate how to do it, I could do it perfectly. No problem. And in a theory test, that's not how it's done. So that's going to kind of suck. But I think if I nail the theory test, it just pass it. If I pass the theory, I'll pass the practical with no problems. That's the only thing I'm going to struggle with, is the theory test. So I'm going to have to get that booked in. As we're in October, so I'll try and book it in for November at some point if I can. Oh, I don't know actually, because they're a bit iffy with stuff like that. So yeah, I'll try. I'm going to get the theory booked in for either October or November, whichever's better, whichever comes up first. If they say like next week or something, cool, I'm going to go do it. Just get it out of the way, and because the sooner it is for me, I can just do like a load of practice, mock tests in the morning, or like half an hour before, get down there, and it'll all be really, really fresh in my mind, and I can just go, boom, done. No problem. Yeah, the practical, I think I'll pass the practical, I think. Parallel parking is... My parking itself is good. The method, not so much. Like, I'm not very good at the actual manoeuvring to parallel park. But once it gets to the, like, you know, like the whole manoeuvring to lining up and all that crap, I'm not very good at that. But once I've finished the manoeuvre and I'm parked, I'm usually perfect. So, if it looks stupid but it works, it's not stupid, right? Right? I think, I guess, I hope. So yeah. And I have been looking at a car I'd like to get instead of the Suzuki. Like, I was looking at a Swift, and I couldn't find one. I've been looking at anything else, really, that's... Ideally, I'd like better fuel economy and just maybe a more common car. If I can't get those, I'm probably going to do what Boosted did. Big shout out to Boosted. He is the main reason I started this channel, not even kidding. Boosted, Mighty Car Mods, they are the guys that I watch regularly, you know, religiously almost. I've seen every one of Boosted's videos, even, you know, I only started watching him, it would have been about a month before he got rid of the Clio. And I went back and watched every video that guy's done. Mighty Car Mods, I went back and binged every single season they've done. I watched all their episodes, even the ones I didn't like. And I just watched everything, and just watching them doing, like, working on the cars and stuff, really got me itchy feet. I really wanted to get out and do that. So I bought the car based off of that itchy feet, and I just really want to get stuck in. That's what I want to do. I want to get stuck in. Boosted's recently done a respray of his MX-5. It looks fucking beautiful. Oh, because it was rattle canned black. It was originally a red colour. It was rattle canned black, and it looked really shit because it wasn't Boosted that did it. And he's like, no, I fucking hate it. And he got it resprayed with a bunch of his friends, and it looks so nice. Really, really lovely colour because it's like a graffiti paint. So you can get more colour variants and stuff than if you pop in at Halfords. And yeah, I'm just really, really itching to get stuck in. So I'm looking at things I can buy for the Suzuki that I can replace, like, you know, springs, shocks. We'll bring this up in a moment. And just, you know, little things like that, like the wheels, I want to replace the wheels. Because I don't... It's not even alloys, it's just fucking plastic hubcaps over them, and they look disgusting and shit and clearly fake and horrible. So I want to get some actual proper rims, like some actual alloys if I can. So what I might do is go down the scrapyard or something, just pick up some random ones and go, you know, the right fitment and everything, and say, yeah, these work, I like these. Something that has been on my mind, though, and I couldn't find an answer anywhere. Sorry. I really don't like the steering wheel that comes with the Suzuki Ignis. It's like a really nasty, creamy beige, but a really faded colour. It doesn't look very nice at all. It's actually, hang on. It's like this colour. Like, yeah, it's the back of a cushion, but it sort of looks like that. It's gross, it's manky, it's horrible, I hate it. And I want to know, so if anyone's got an answer to this, that's great. Just chuck it in the comments. I'll read the comments guaranteed. I'll like it if I read your comment. I know you can do it with gear sticks, gear knobs even. You can just take the gear knob off and plonk it on your new one, providing it fit, you know, if it's like a screw top, you can just literally take it off any car and put it back on. With steering wheels, I know for an aftermarket steering wheel you need a Boss kit. However, the question is, can I take a steering wheel, like say I take the steering wheel for Toyota Yaris, as an example, you know, can I take the steering wheel off another stock car and put it on my car? You know, could I take, could I take the steering wheel off a Suzuki Swift and put it in a Suzuki Ignis? Because I know you can do that with gear sticks and gear knobs and things, but can you do it with steering wheels? I couldn't find an answer. So if anyone's got the answer to that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It really would help a lot. I think that's all I had to ramble about. It's been like 20 minutes, which is, to be honest, a bit too long for me to be sat here rambling about shite. But no, yeah, if anyone's got an answer to the steering wheel question, can I just take another one, a stock one, and place it on? You know, obviously, if I need to put a Boss kit on, that's fine. I don't care. I can just go out and buy one. So yeah, if anyone's got the answers, and you know, or any comments in general, just go nuts. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all. I think it's Monday today. Possibly by the weekend. Possibly by the weekend. So yeah, I'm posting stuff on Instagram on a bit more regular now. I'm only going to post like the big stuff on the YouTube channel. Like if something happens, like me, you know, putting this together and things like that. But yeah, that's everything that's going on. See you later.